Well, this is a good spot to start. I'm Andrew Larder. I'm a Forest Certified Travel Advisor at drewlarder.com, and this is the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. Why am I showing you this pop-up post? And it is, you've heard of Banff Springs, and they're famous for the sulfur mineral springs. Lake Louise now has its own amazing, what does it say here? Basin glacial water, state-of-the-art, eco-friendly thermal bathing experience. And book it for your next stay at the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. There we go. So the view here is, it's in the way. You can see this band in the way, and I can't really get that out of there. So we'll see what we can do to find some jewel of the Canadian Rockies. Absolutely, you're going to remember this for the rest of your days. And yeah, views, a lookout on the lake, on the mountains. It's everywhere. You're up the hill from Lake Louise, like probably 5 miles. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, up from Lake Louise, up the mountain. And the lake is there. The chateau spreads its arms out at the front of the lake. When it's winter, like it is right now, you can cross-country ski to the back of the lake and around in the mountains in a big circle. You get early when it first freezes solid, and before it snows a lot, you can skate the lake, and you can skate the lake now. Let's see if I can get you. There's a great picture of like a big fire. They have a cauldron with fires burning. They make a ice castle that you skate through and around, and it's fantastic. You can play hockey, you can skate around, and then let's see, there's skiing. Lake Louise is famous for the skiing. Let's see if I can show you. How do I even get there? I don't even know how to go over there. Oh, maybe by doing this. Let's see if that works. There. Oh, he was talking about a castle. He was not kidding. And they don't show you the cauldron suspended. They don't show you the Swiss, what's it called? Alpenstube, which is the meat on a stick into the boiling oil, into the cheese, into the chocolate bubbling, strawberries into the chocolate, bread into the cheese. You get that. There's a great picture of the chateau looking from the lake back at it. It's a monolith, and it's surrounded by everything, by all the mountains. There's nothing else. There's just mountains around you and the lake. And this is the winter look, because it's winter as we're speaking right now. You can get 30% off there. I'm not sure if that's a resident one, but I know I can get 20% off. So we'll see what we can do. If you're interested in taking advantage of staying at the most amazing place you could stay. And I'm just going to say, because I'm looking at this, my relatives from Scotland, they were adamant that they had to stay at Banff. And because I lived in Lake Louise for 2 years, I said, Banff is a giant shopping mall. Lake Louise is where you want to be. And when they got here and they checked into their hotel in Banff and they came to Lake Louise, they went, oh yeah, by Banff, we meant Lake Louise. This is Lake Louise. There's only a handful of hotels. It's a national park, so they're not letting them put up all sorts of stuff. This is a 100-year-old hotel that's been burnt down and renovated and burnt down and rebuilt up and another wing added and so on. So it's an old Grand Dam. So is the Banff Springs Hotel, and they're interestingly all with Fairmont. So you can go to Jasper, Banff, Lake Louise, and stay in these amazing, iconic Fairmont hotels. If that doesn't look like enough for you, let's see if I can get inside here. Thermal bathing, okay, that's great. Skiing, amazing. And they come right back up the hill. Beautiful restaurants everywhere, huge, not just floor to ceiling, floor to 5 feet above the ceiling, like way up in the air, windows. Everything's 5-star, fantastic. You can see that there's snow in the winter. In the summer, it becomes more like this without the snow. All sorts of, like, you can go paddling with a kayak, canoe. They have canoe rentals in the middle where the little hut is there. That's the canoe rental place. You can rent, again, in the summer. They don't show summer pictures here right now. I won't bother looking around and try and find that. In the summer, you can get on a horse and you can go up into Lake Agnes Tea House, high up in the mountains above. And it's like a river runs through it, straight up and straight down kind of pass, which would be terrifying on a horse. But you can also hike up and hike back down. You can hike down to Lake Louise. You can hike along the 1A highway. There's lots of different things that are right around this area. You could be at Lake Louise at this hotel, just get on the shuttle to the ski hill and come back and have an amazing winter holiday. I've done it myself. You can do the same thing in the summer. And I'm going to say and I'm a huge skier, it's even better in the summer because you can walk around in all the mountains. You can go on the trails. You can go experience the hoodoos and walk to the back of the lake and see the waterfalls and everything that's part of it. Amazing from start to finish there. That's what I'm talking about, the floor to ceiling windows. That is not floor to ceiling. That is floor to 20-foot ceiling, something like that. I can't even, really high up, this one right here, when it says fairy tales do come true. Let's cut it short. Too late for that. You want to come to Lake Louise, stay at the Chateau, Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. It's the best place in Lake Louise. There's a few other pretty good hotels. No matter where you stay, you're going to end up here. Moraine Lake, halfway up the hill and a turn off to the left. If you get here when it's not too busy, it's crazy with tourists in, I'll say July, August. But if you're here a bit earlier, you can go to Moraine Lake. If you're here, I've done it at like about 8 o'clock at night in the summer as the tourist traffic dies down, you can get in. It's on the back of the Canadian $20 bill. It's, to me, the most jaw-dropping sight I've ever seen. And it's a 10-mile drive, 10 kilometers, maybe 11 or 12 kilometers off the road to Lake Louise. You're going to go to Lake Louise. You're going to be at the chateau, whether you stay in a hostel at the bottom in Lake Louise, you're going to end up here. This is the place. Check this out. Enjoy it. If you want to book a place, click the link in the video description. It'll take you to my Fora travel advisor site. I don't know, there's the thing that says email Andrew, and there's the thing that says book with Andrew. Click any of those, send me a one-line email. I want to go stay at the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise, and there's this many of us, and we want to be there in June, July, August, September, whenever it is. And I highly recommend skiing there. I highly recommend coming in the winter because all of a sudden it becomes a normal place. The tourist hordes are getting crazy in the summertime. But you're going to be in the hotel in the lap of luxury, perhaps in a gold level suite where you have your own breakfast, your own appetizer, your own lounge, your own drinks at the ready, your own private check-in for the concierge. That's a great idea as well. It's called the gold level of the Fairmont. So Fairmont Gold, there you go. Click the link, send me an email. I'm Andrew Larder from drewlarder.com. I'm a Forest Certified Travel Advisor. This is the jewel of the Canadian Rockies, without a single doubt, the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. This is where you want to be once in your life. Enjoy.